Welcome back to Talentless Creations. My name is Joe, and I'm just going to do the week 2 recap here. Um, so we're going to be talking about the game, pretty much is anything changed in the overall game concept and what I've done last week, and then also the goals, as well as just kind of some interesting channel overviews here. Um, the concept really hasn't changed from last week. It's still the same. I do have ideas for enemies. Things like maybe like a shadow of the character that has the same abilities, um, like a snake, like a either a person that unhinges its jaw and a snake comes out of their mouth, or maybe a um, kind of a half person, half snake like creature that like plops on the ground and starts slithering towards you or something. I'm not really sure which there. But besides that, the core game concepts have stayed the same there. Um, the this week's timeline. I set up an AI system to follow the player on the first day. The seventh day, I started to create the metahuman and import it. And the eighth day, I finished that importing it and making sure that it worked with the animations of the blueprint character. The ninth day, I tried to create the slashing animation with no kind of reference and really nothing nothing no kind of research there, because I took an animation class in high school, and so I thought I would be able to jump in and do this fairly quickly. Turns out I was wrong on that. So what I ended up doing is on day 10 I watched a lot of like different types of animation videos and tried to figure out how to actually animate decently there. Day 11 I created like about half of the sword animation, the sword swinging like combo. I'm still working on that at this point, but the last 2 nights, I want to say, I haven't actually done anything. Um, and so I'm thinking about doing a 6 day week instead of a 7 day week. I'm not completely sure yet, but because it seems like at least one day I always end up not doing anything. So maybe I need a day to recuperate and everything since I'm working much more than 1 hour a day. Uh, so speaking of that, the goals I had for last week, looking back on it now, is very unrealistic. Creating enemies, uh, uh, any enemy types like two of them, it'd be very difficult because there's no combat animation to this point, so I'd have to animate all that. Um, the skill system didn't really work out because you can't show what skills are being shown off if you have no way of attacking enemies. And oh, I messed that one up. That was 1 hour a day of connecting or of doing game design. That's supposed to be on the next slide there. And and then also working on like a picking up mechanic, so you can pick up armor or pick up the scripture there. Uh, I ended up working about 10 hours last week, I want to say. Um, a lot of it was just watching videos, so I don't really feel like I got that much done, but I definitely failed on most of those goals there. So my goals for next week are going to be a little bit more realistic, I hope. It's going to be finishing up that swords slash combo animation, and then also making a side jump animation for like a dodge, and then to actually make that functional within the game. Um, I've seen videos on making these animations functional. They're about 20 to 50 minutes long, just kind of depending on how many animations there are. So I'm hoping that I can get all this done in this week. But the animation definitely took way longer than I expected it to. Um, I set goals for my life last week because I ended up obsessing over the game a bit. And I did most of these. I'm still kind of neglecting a few things around my house. that I definitely need to write a list for. Which brings me to my goals for next week, which is just writing a list of like a schedule of when I'm supposed to do these things around the house. Um, so for my channel, it seems to be growing. Uh, I wouldn't say faster than I expected, but a lot. Like it grew like I want to say over double the amount of views from last week, which is kind of crazy to me. Um, and I just wanted to show if anyone's interested in YouTube what kind of tools I'm using. Uh, I'm using Kavana for my thumbnails, which is free. You can buy like a pro version, but I'm not using it. TubeBuddy is also free with a pro version as well. I heard TubeBuddy is really useful, and it to me it definitely helps with like adding tags quickly and things of that sort. But as well as if you're interested in other people's analytics, but it's not very useful. I use it. I use it really for um, applying tags to my videos without having to like reapply it, but I could also just copy and paste that into Google Docs. So I don't know how useful that really is. OBS is how I'm install or how I'm screen recording here. I went through multiple different screen recorders, and OBS just kind of was the simplest one to work with. And I was trying to use HitFilm for a while, but then I realized YouTube has an editor, and I don't really do that much editing. Maybe just to cut off the end and the beginning of the video, so you don't have to hear silence. And that's pretty much all I use it for. So YouTube editing works just fine. Uh, the my channel analytics, just in case anyone's wondering, the dashboard. So the my last video, I guess, is my best ranking video, which is it's cool that they do have this ranking here that you can see what your last 10 videos were and which ones ranked best at versus which ones. Um, the the analytics here show you what videos you posted and then how many views you get, which is pretty cool. Um, it also shows how much watch time you've had and how many subscribers you've gained in however long. Um, so this shows your audience, which is interesting. I'm not really sure exactly how to read all these. I understand that impressions are YouTube sent people the algorithm or sent them the video and they can choose to click on it or not. And that's where this impression click rate comes from. That apparently the impression click rate is uh, also when you like hover over a video, it will count that as a click. And then my average video time is about 1 minute and 19 seconds. Um, so what I see here is a lot of my videos that are like the 3 minute videos seem to do better. So I don't know if that means you guys like me to have shorter videos just with a quick update, or if you prefer the longer ones. Because there's not really that much data yet, so I'll have to wait for a month or so. But um, there's also tells you how people get to your site and things of that sort. Um, So yeah, I think the this side of things is pretty interesting. For that YouTube buddy thing, you can go here and if you click on any video, let's just do this one. Oh, this is an ad, so I
Step
gotta wait
into
for
Wix
the ad.
Studio, the new web creation platform built for
Oh, maybe I
agencies.
don't. So the YouTube buddy will show you the analytics here, which is pretty cool. It tells you how many what tags it has on this video and things of that like that that you could watch similar videos to the ones you're creating and use the same tags. It shows you the subscribers, videos, just a little bit of interesting information. That's how I got some of my tags, and I think that helped with the search algorithm. This is Kavana, and this is just kind of the thumbnails that I use. It takes me like 2 minutes to make a thumbnail, which is great because the thumbnails that I was trying to do before took me like 5 minutes, and they definitely didn't look nearly as good as these ones do. Um, and that's yeah, pretty much it. Well, uh, that's my OBS. There we go. And it's slideshow. Last thing here is thoughts about this week. The To be honest, I am a bit discouraged about the animation, because I feel like I didn't get very much done this week compared to last week, which is the exact opposite of how I thought this would go. I thought the programming would make it to where, because I definitely am not good at programming, um, would make this would be the hardest part of this game, um, and the most time consuming. And last week, because I was focusing mostly on the basic game mechanics, it seemed like it was going by so much faster than this week, where I've been trying to work on this animation here. Um, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts here. But hopefully, either I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to do an animation and then try to do something else, kind of like back and forth, or if I'm just gonna like hammer out all the animations at the same time. Because it is weirdly relaxing doing animations, but it's also very time consuming. And then when you play back the your animation, you realize you've only done like 2 seconds of work in like 4 hours. So it's very discouraging when you realize that. But yeah, that's pretty much the video here. Uh, if you have any questions about the like what I do on the channel, even though it's very small at this point, just let me know. If you have a project that you're working on and you just want to talk about it, that sounds great to me. And if or if you have any suggestions for my game here that might make it better, just let me know. Oh, and speaking of that, I actually did get a comment about the lantern and maybe how to make it better earlier this week. I'm not going to focus on it right now, but I did appreciate it because it made me realize that the having the light actually come from the lantern is probably not going to work. So I need to figure out some sort of magic game workaround to make it feel like it's still coming from the lantern, uh, but it's not. Um, so I'll be working on that when I'm starting to refine the game process and when I have more features into it. Because if I start going through the refining process right now, I'm going to probably get stuck in that cycle where I refine a very small detail over and over again, and then eventually just uh, uh, fall into that trap of perfection there. Uh, so thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.